This radio show might make you cry, will probably make you angry, will most assuredly make you laugh, and is guaranteed to make you think. 3-6 Nation Radio, where no topic is too hot, no take is too cold, with Monica Livingston. 3-6 Nation Radio, in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, happy Thursday. It is 3-6 Nation Radio Day, or podcast, or vodcast, or whatever the heck we're calling this thing. Don't you love the music? Don't you feel like marching? Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Jacob. Dun, 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 dun. I've got a show for you. All right, let's cut that music. I got a show for you guys. I don't want to waste any time. We already wasted 8 minutes, and we were going to be short on time anyway, so I'm going to jump right into it. Ivan is not here. He broke his foot. He's going to be back next week. But don't worry, I will be out of town again. Got to go back up to New York for another speaking gig. Yay me! And so you're going to get plenty of Ivan because Ivan's going to have the entire show by himself. So if you are ready for Ivan's rants 2 weeks in a row, he's been saving them up. He will be back next week. So Ivan, get better. We miss you. We love you, etc. Today, I have a very special co-host who's going to help me out with the show today, and that person is Sarah Fraser. Give it up for Sarah Fraser, studio audience. Yeah. Sarah's going, come on up now. Why not? So many of you probably know Sarah from Fox 5, Hey Frage. I mean, you've been in radio for, 10 years? Because you're so young looking, it can't be.
Oh, do I? Oh, my God, my Botox is holding up well?
Very well.
All right, great. My God, good.
It's like butter, baby.
Really?
Smooth.
Okay, I'm probably the only host. I have to, hold the microphone.
You look like my child.
Oh, I do?
Right.
Really? My face is that young?
Yeah,
it's like a baby's ass. All right, this is great. If I look that good, okay. Hey, everyone, I'm 28, and I started in radio when I was 16.
Yes, so Sarah's here. We're going to have a lot of fun. And to make sure that we have a ton of fun, Gabby is back from Green Olives Bartending. Give it up for Gabby. Gabby's in the house.
Woo!
And Gabby's going to get one of those drinks for Sarah and I really, really soon. Hopefully, like right now.
Gabby, you better get us drunk.
Like we ready.
Yes. We are so ready.
Whatever.
I mean, I'm very
Does
upset.
it have liquor in it? I love it. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm kind of upset, though. I mean, I walk in here, and it smells like weed, and nobody offers me anything. Where are the edibles? I mean, where's a girl to get something here?
I have no idea why it smells that way.
Oh, really?
Right? Must have been the show
smells
before
great
us.
to me. I'm looking for whoever's got the marijuana. Oh, well, here's the 8-year-old kid. Okay, sorry.
And the show just womp womp.
Oh, okay. No, does this mean we have to be PG?
No,
Monica.
I know. I should have told Alexis about that you were going to be here. But anyway, does the kid have earphones?
Yeah.
iPod. There we see. Ready. Yay. All right.
We're
going to
need you to fire that up real quick. Okay. We're about to get this Moscow Mule, and you're going to have to pop those on.
It's over with then. Okay. So we also have the DC Divas in the house. Women's professional tackle football. Get up for the DC Divas.
Amazing.
I used to play with the Divas for 6 seasons, and I still love them and dear to my heart. So they came to give us a preview of the season.
Okay.
It's coming up in April. We also have, and I'm so excited about this. Alexis Smith is in the building. She just walked in. She is a songstress. I guess songstress. That's better than singer, right? Songstress.
Yes,
that makes it
songstress.
sound,
Yeah.
Right. So songstress and actress. And she is starring in Breathe, which is a musical, post-slavery dramatic musical that's coming to the Arc here in Southeast D.C. And the producer of that show, Tyson Evans, is also here. So we got a packed show, man. I mean, we got all kind of stuff going on and happening. Where's the drink, though?
I know. Honestly, the drink or the edibles? We need something quick. Okay. As a broadcaster, I don't have to take any tests ever. Okay. Actually, it's encouraged when you use substances. So I'm just waiting here.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, yay. Okay, great. All right, Monica, this is for you.
All right,
Host
all right.
first. Okay, thank you. Monica, cheers.
Salute. Cheers. Thank you again, Sarah, for coming. This is what we're going to do now, Jacob. We're going to pay one bill. Quick commercial break. Then we're going to come back after the commercial break. I'm actually going to interview Sarah. Sarah's always doing the interviewing, always talking to people and getting questions. I'm going to ask you some stuff.
Oh, gosh. Okay, good. I'm not used to being on this end.
I know. That's
right.
what I'm interested in. We'll be right back. It's 3-6 Nation.
thought about launching a broadcasting career? Think you have what it takes to become a broadcasting professional? Learn the skills that will make people want to tune in. Join Monica Livingston, radio personality and owner of 36 Nation, for a career development workshop on what it takes to be a radio DJ, sportscaster, and news anchor. Find out how the former DC diva and owner of 36 Nation manages her own live internet radio show. Sign up for a workshop today where Monica doesn't just share broadcasting tools, she puts you on the air.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com.
Woo, we're back. Okay, let's jump right into it.
All right.
Sarah Fraser.
Okay.
I get to ask you all types of stuff. So excited.
You can ask
Let's
away.
go with the boring basic stuff first.
Okay.
How long you been in radio?
So I was in radio almost 10 years.
All right.
All in the DC market.
Did you always know you wanted to, that's what you wanted to do?
Always. When I was 8 years old, I grew up watching Phil Donahue and
Okay,
Oprah
yeah.
and Sally Jesse
Love Phil,
Raphael.
yeah.
Oh my God, I used to love Phil
Yes.
Donahue. And remember when he would I thought he was drunk, he would just like lay on the stage with a microphone and he'd be like, what do you think?
Right. Yes. I totally remember.
This
doing
looks
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
So forever. And when my friends, when I was little, when they were playing house, I would make them play talk show host. And I would line them up. I'd line my cousin up and we'd have all our dolls out. And she'd have like 10 doll babies from 5 baby daddies. And I'd be like, what's it feel like to be a slut? We were like 8 and my mom would film this and I was like, Mom, and we watched it back later. I'm like, Mom, why were you letting me ask my cousin if she was a slut at like 10? She's like, because you wanted to follow your dreams.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, okay.
She just let you express yourself.
Very much. My mom was a total, and
That's
now
what white people do. Y'all just get to do that kind of stuff. You just get to
You
just
do.
express it. Y'all get to curse and stuff. I wanted to be white when I was little, just for that reason. Like, do all kind of stuff. Right?
Honest to God, we would paint on the walls in my
The
house.
walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
See?
know.
That's exactly another reason. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, you've been doing Fox 5. You contributed there. You've
Yes.
got podcasts. I can't even keep up. How many podcasts do you have?
Too many damn podcasts. Okay, well, actually, it's funny you say this because I'm getting ready to make this announcement on Monday.
All right.
But I've really, for the past year, I've probably had 5 different podcasts. Okay.
Okay.
And part of that was I was really trying to experiment. I just did a true crime podcast with
Yes.
Fox, which was my
Yes.
first time ever in investigative
Awesome.
work.
I mean, that thing was, I was driving to, I forgot exactly where I was going. I was on a road trip and we just burned it up listening to it. I couldn't turn it off. It was, but I feel like there was more.
Oh, there's so much more.
Yeah,
and for people watching, it's called The Mansion Murders, and
yep.
it's the story of a lot of people. Everybody in the Washington area knows this story, but in 2015, a wealthy family up in a neighborhood in Northwest DC were held captive in their home for 19 hours, tied up. There was a little boy. They killed him. Then they burned the house. They get away with $40,000. But this story has captivated everyone because there's so much doubt if the guy who was arrested, Darren
Right.
Wendt,
Yeah.
really did it. We're going on over 3 years. He's never been taken to trial.
And did it alone.
And, right.
like-
No one believes he did it alone. So it was a really fascinating story, but investigative work is so extensive. And, what I didn't really anticipate when I started is, when people have tragedy, they really don't want to talk to you.
Right.
So it
Right,
was
yeah.
like a really...
That had
it
to be a
was-
little different, right, than your normal stuff. But speaking
Yeah.
of this, I'm going to tell you, you almost got me in trouble with the Mansion Murders because I was sitting around thinking about how great a podcast that was. And so I was thinking, you know what? I should do something with crime. And came up with a name. I think I called it something like Criminal Confessions and really talk to real criminals.
Yes.
We get them to go on air anonymously. Like we give them a burner phone. This is all in my mind, of course, and all this stuff. And they would, it'd be like the picture behind the mugshot or the story behind the mugshot is the tagline for it. Yeah.
Monica,
So-
you should totally do this.
well,
This is a great
well,
idea.
That's why I'm pitching this to you, so we can do it. So anyway.
Oh, yeah, I got to do this in other podcasts.
You
Okay.
told me that you only have 5, so that's why I was really asking,
okay,
okay? So
sure.
there's nothing wrong with 6. But anyway, so you almost got me in trouble. The reason I say that is because I was going to New York, and I got in an Uber, and I was talking to the Uber driver, and I was talking to him about mansion murders, and he was like, oh, that's nothing. I know people that have done, and I get him to take me to another spot off of Uber. I made a side deal, okay? Don't do this with side deal. So originally, he
This
took
sounds
me to
good.
about an hour away, and then I was like, hey, I'm going to only speak for an hour. If you're in the area, you can drive me back, and we don't even have to involve Uber. This be me and you, right?
Sure,
Cheaper
right.
for me, cash in your pocket. We cut out Uber, right? I guess Uber will never be a sponsor of the show. But anyway, so sorry, there's
They're
always
out.
Lyft,
They're out.
right?
Okay, yeah. We moved on. We moved on to Lyft and Metro.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he waits for me, and I'm like, cool, whatever. I finish the talk, text him. He comes around, so he's driving me back. Now I'm off the grid now with this guy, right? And I'm sitting there, and he starts talking. Yeah, remember the mansion murders you were talking about? He's like, well, I can tell you some truths. Now, and he goes into this whole thing about how he was arrested and in prison for 14 years.
Wow.
He broke this guy's legs, and he was like, yeah, and I'm telling you, he was stealing this lady's check. And so I told him that, steal it again. He did. I walked in. I cracked his skull. And like, I'm in the
Wow.
Uber. It's dark as
Yeah,
hell.
right, and you're like in
Okay. I'm trying to be
Like,
still cool, right? Because I always look scared. So I'm like, what? Both legs? Like, what? It's right.
You're like, I would have been like, me too.
Yeah,
I've
I know.
definitely been
I was
there.
like, did you like it when it cracked? You remember that noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that's. I'm like this. I'm starting to look at signs. I'm thinking, should I tweet somewhere? And my thought was, dang it, this is Sarah Frazier's fault because here I am thinking I could be this invested. He was gonna be my first guy, right? I was gonna be in the car with him and whatever. And I thought, I'll never be able to do that podcast because no one's ever gonna find me again. And then he called me last week. And he said, hey, I remember that you said you were coming back up to New York.
Oh, boy.
If you want to skip Uber again. I was like, yeah, no, that's okay. Right.
I know, but I'm turning the
I
app
wouldn't have
on.
made it back for this show, right? So
Did you tip well? That's one of
Oh,
those when you
hell
get
yeah.
exactly
He got
all
10
the change.
stars,
You're like, yeah.
right? Like 10 stars. I bought him a bottle of alcohol. Said,
Yeah.
you're the greatest driver. Leave me alone, please. Goodbye. So yeah, that was my experience.
But
with
I
that.
actually do think that citizens, because through this all, I ended up interviewing Chief Newsham here in
Oh,
D.C.
okay.
And one of the conversations we had is that more citizens do need to get involved in true crime because, the police department is so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They're so overwhelmed. There's so many cold cases. And that's what I think is one of the great things that's come out of podcasting from Serial is I think you have citizens that are now saying, you know what, we'll start investigating. And I think that's really important.
All right, so tell me this. I'm gonna call out some
Yeah.
things. I want you the first thing that comes to your mind. Take a big sip.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. All right, couple words here.
Okay. Can it be like, does it have to be just one word or like a statement?
A statement.
Okay, okay.
But let's.
All right.
Very brief statement. Tom Brady.
Weird kiss with his son.
Okay. Okay. Hope Hicks.
Hope Hicks. Little white liar.
Ooh.
Seems like a bitch.
That
Sorry.
was several.
Okay.
statements. Right.
Is it time for your headphones yet?
Yeah. All right. There's room upstairs too. Okay.
Well, she kind of does, right? Everybody in the Trump administration does.
Yeah.
They all look like, real assholes.
Yeah, that's another whole. That's
They
a whole
do.
show.
They
that
just
made me
all
drink
have
on that.
resting bitch face.
NFL players kneeling.
I like it. I really do. You know what? And I'll be honest about this. I didn't get it at first, but one of the things that I always try with my podcast is I don't, I'm not black. I don't come from that.
Really? Breaking news here on 36 Nation. Somebody tweet that out.
I know,
Sarah
but
Frazier's
for a
not
second you were like,
black.
well, maybe. No, but my audience is one of the greatest audiences, and I always say to people, educate me, because I don't
Right.
know, and I always want my show to be a catalyst for let's have those conversations that are difficult. I thought it was great, and I think people need to catch up.
Okay, now surprise here for you. You
Okay.
didn't get to see my post earlier, but I was on the train earlier today with Bill Cosby.
I can't even believe it. I
Yeah.
would have died.
So
I would have confronted him, absolutely.
So that's what's good. Jacob, do you have the picture This is Bill.
Oh my God! And he was like passed out like that.
He was sleeping, Sarah. He was passed out.
Excuse me, Mr. Cosby, have you had a Quaalude? Excuse me, sir. Did you, Mr. Cosby? I know this is sensitive, but you look like you've taken a Quaalude.
Here's the thing, right? I didn't know what to do.
I would have touched his penis, but that would have been weird.
Right. There was a part of me that wanted to thank him. He did good stuff, right? I was really,
I know,
really torn, because I grew up with the Cosby Show, and it's a great show, and it did a lot of good of watching people on TV that looked like you.
Yep.
And he gave a lot of money to the Black College Fund, and then what you
should have done? You should have given him a hand job while thanking him.
Wow. Okay.
Like
so
that would not have been the best. Like if you were giving him a hand job and you were like, "Hey, thanks for all the great work you've done on TV, and now I'm just going to molest you for all the women that you raped."
So I think we clearly
too much. Okay, we're moving on.
You are on the other side of that coin, and you would have known exactly what to do.
No, I mean, what are you going to say? I wouldn't have said anything either. I mean, it's such a we don't really know. I mean, first of all, I believe all the women, absolutely, but he hasn't been convicted.
All right, what about Ryan Seacrest?
I like Ryan Seacrest. He's also dealing with his own sexual harassment allegations.
One person though, so I'm still rooting for Ryan at this point.
I mean, I'm rooting for Ryan too, because I think the only thing that works against her is that she's kind of asked for money several times, which hurts her case.
Right. Now, here's the thing. In entertainment and in news and well, just about anywhere that women are, have you ever felt uncomfortable in terms of, sexual harassment or anything like that, in your career?
Yes, absolutely. But, I don't know if this has happened to you, but when you're in the moment.
No, it didn't happen to me. I'd be like, Shawty, nah, man, you already know, right?
In the moment you
Where's your sister? Boy, get out of here.
Where's your sister?
So, no, it didn't happen to me, but go ahead.
Well, I think you don't know what to do when it's happening. You're like, is this really kind of happening? But, I have to say, I have never been physically assaulted, so I don't know what that is like, and I have great empathy, and I think again, like the kneeling in the NFL, I think Me Too has been so good for women because, people like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, if in fact they're guilty, I mean, the shit that they were doing to people is just, atrocious.
Yeah. Totally. I totally agree. This is what I want to do now. This is what I call my interview in a box.
Okay.
I'm going to pull a random question.
Okay. Oh my God, you're so good. All right.
And you're gonna answer this question, and then I'm going to pull another random question, and we're going to get one of the DC Divas that have a mic to answer it. And then can one of those microphones go over to Tyson and Alexis?
DC Divas.
Mic check.
Okay. Sarah,
these women are hardcore. Oh my God. She's like, mic check. And I don't believe in CTE.
I'm a clown.
Sarah's first question. Sarah.
Okay.
Do you generally date people who are crazier than you are?
No. Do you know how fucked up that would be? I'm already a nutsack. Can you imagine? What? And can you imagine me with someone else?
No.
What would happen if I dated Cat Williams? It would be so crazy. Yeah. Can you imagine? Or Andy Dick? Yeah.
Handbasket.
Wait a minute. I am just picturing you and Cat Williams right now. I'm stuck on that. I'm so stuck right now.
He's one of my dream dates.
I'm trying to think what the kids would look like, right? I guess they'd have straight hair. I don't know.
They'd be extra
They wouldn't
small.
be very tall, right? At all. Okay. All right, Tyson, this one is for you. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that one.
Oh, another one, Tyson.
I mean, it says, whose parents did you wish you had?
Mine.
Okay, that's a good answer. I told you, white parents.
Really?
That's a good answer. That's a good.
You can express yourself with those.
All right, sucky one too. All right, DC Divas. If you had multiple personalities, what would they be?
The same ones I have right now.
Really?
What are they?
So I don't know, man. It just depends on the day. Because when you're playing football, when you go to hit someone, the first hit, you're like, oh shit, you down. You're like, wait, hold on, get back up, you up, we good.
All right.
Like with this one, we knocked the shit out of her all day, and then you just pick it right back up, put it right back in her spot, knock her ass back down.
The insult to that injury is they say, it's okay, little one.
Right.
Oh.
Let me give you. You've got to
Wow.
start running away from them. See, my success as a running back was to not get the contact.
So what had happened was when I did try that, there was 3 of them that tackled me at the same time.
Yeah, just get back up then, little one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like a jack in the box. I just pop right back up. There's no music though.
All right, cool bees. Listen, we're gonna get a chance to have Alexis do her thing. When we come back, we're gonna take a little break. Sarah and I are gonna keep drinking.
Okay.
And then Alexis Smith will be on the stage. And then after she performs, we'll move that. And after she performs, we're gonna interview her.
I
And
can't
find
wait.
out more about Breathe. But I think everyone that's listening, don't go anywhere because what I saw, the clip that I saw was outstanding. She is super talented. The story is super important. It's relevant. And so it's 36 Nation. We'll be right back with that.
I love how USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now.
The process through USAA is so effortless that you feel like you're a part of the family.
I love that I can pass a membership to my children and that they can be protected. We're the Williams family and we're USAA members for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
Thought about launching a broadcasting career? Think you have what it takes to become a broadcasting professional? Learn the skills that will make people want to tune in. Join Monica Livingston, radio personality and owner of 36 Nation, for a career development workshop on what it takes to be a radio DJ, sportscaster, and news anchor. Find out how the former DC diva and owner of 36 Nation manages her own live internet radio show. Sign up for a workshop today where Monica doesn't just share broadcasting tools, she puts you on the air.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com.
I love how USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now.
The process through USAA is so effortless that you feel like you're a part of the family.
I love that I can pass a membership to my children and that they can be protected. We're the Williams family and we're USAA members for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again. Right now at the stage is Alexis Smith with a snippet from the monologue I Ain't Got Time from the Breathe musical production. Alexis Smith.
You ever hear a black woman say she ain't got time? Well, she's right. She ain't got it. She mean it. You know, love has never been something given to me by time. It ain't never loved me like the rest of them. It ain't never held me long enough to see if I was okay. Child, time left me like I hurt its feelings. Ran away as if it couldn't even stand the sight of a black woman. Shunned me as my eyes clung to the very last glimpses of life in my father's ramshackled body. Time ain't never healed me like they say it do. And I know y'all can feel it too. seemingly, I just keep waking up in the same day. Every whip, chain, shackle, tar, feather, rope, baton, and bullet has taken up space in our genetics and given new meaning to generational curses. So I'm still running this race, because, honey, I ain't got time.
Powerful,
God,
powerful
so
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, so Alexis, we can interview her from right there, right, Jacob? Okay, so Alexis, man, that was incredible.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
am inspired. I'm pissed off too. Like
Yeah,
talking about chains and stuff. I was like, God,
Just a 10.
you literally invoked several emotions out of me. Talk to me about Breathe. Talk to us about Breathe.
So, what I love about Breathe is, and at its core, it's timeless. And I want to explain that because when you go see Breathe, which you're going to come see Breathe, y'all going to come see Breathe.
Yes.
You're going to see representative allusions to significant pieces and events in time. However, the struggles and the tragedy and the triumph over that tragedy are things that we deal with today. They're very relevant. So that ironic parallel that you're going to see with these characters is something that's going to cause a type of cognitive dissonance, which really makes that piece beautiful. And so when you'll sit there and say, this is old. A lot of people say this is another slave film or slave play. We don't need to see that. And when you sit there and you hear these stories, you're going to start thinking, wait a minute, there's Trayvon Martin.
Right.
Wait a minute, we got Alton Sterling. Wait a minute, we got, Mike Brown. We got all of these people. That stuff is still relevant today. Philando Castile, all that stuff is still relevant today.
Preach.
And so there's a line that comes later on in my monologue, which says, we need to organize ourselves, disregard their goods until we are good enough to come home from a good time without having to worry about our breathing patterns.
Wow.
And so back then,
Wow.
That is something that they had to worry about. They might go out and not make it home.
Right.
And it's a shame, but we got 2018, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. We still got young men out here worrying about whether or not they're going to come home.
Right.
And so what I love about that is even though it's a period piece, it definitely speaks to the relevancy of today. And so me, I'm a midwife. There's about, five of us? And our characters are timeless. So even though you see these references,
Right.
we're timeless because we help usher these people through these different moments in our life that happen no matter what decade it is.
Wow. Yeah, so good. Alexis, how has the audience been reacting? Because obviously, you're touching on some big emotions,
Definitely.
controversial topics. So
Definitely.
I'm sure even though you're an actress, you're probably aware of maybe some of their reactions while scenes are happening.
Definitely. I think we have this little thing with
Yeah.
we love Nina Simone. The whole cast loves Nina Simone. So our main goal is that by the time we leave that stage, we want to shake you up so bad that by the time you leave, you're still gonna be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I love the audience's reaction because that pain that they feel, that triumph that they feel, they can relate to that and they can connect to that. And so we've honestly had such an overwhelming positive response to this. And it just makes me so excited. We have several different social media accounts, and from the time we started talking about it till now, we've had over 1 million views.
Wow.
Over 1 million views on social media.
Wow.
We're on Groupon, we're on Gold Star, and I went, I'm a mini stalker, I gotta admit that. So, and the thing is, I told myself, I know, shameless, I told myself that, maybe a year ago or the year before, that I was no longer going to participate in things that I didn't believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I first heard about this piece, of course, I'm on the computer,
Right.
typing it up. What's up with this show? And I happened to just do it again because I was just searching for something. And we're trending on Groupon.
Wow.
That is,
You know,
that's
and
amazing.
so I think what's Legally Blonde is coming out, and Breathe is right on the top for trending, and then Legally Blonde is right underneath there trending on Groupon, y'all.
Wow.
Groupon.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
That is
It's
unbelievable.
And we're
That's
going to
great.
talk to Tyson, the producer of this particular performance, a little bit later in the show. But I want to ask you, like, when you go there, you know, when you go there, is there any lasting effect, or more importantly, what do you have to do to get there?
There's definitely a lasting effect when you go all the way in. I've heard about other actors who have done period pieces and biopics, such as like the Ray Charles movie, the James Brown, and you get into that zone. Sometimes they have to bring you out. And so me personally, I like to save all of that until the time that the show comes. That way I can just put it all out there. And it might take a minute to kind of come down, but you know, we're gonna have an hour and a half, 2 hour show. So it's a blessing to be in that mode. Right. But it does get a little weird coming out because you have all the crowd and they're like, hey, you did so well. It's like, wait a minute. Okay, I got to come back to Alexis now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're a professional because the only thing I have to compare it to is going to Whole Foods the day after the election. Listen, I was in Whole Foods. I'm telling y'all, the day after the election, I went to Whole Foods in the morning.
Oh
and
my
people
God.
were in there and they were smiling and I was thinking, what do you have to smile about? I was mad at everybody. The guy checking me out, is there anything else that you need? I was like, our new president. I mean, I couldn't even, you know, I was off my rocker. Anybody that was
my
smiling,
God.
I was like, what's wrong with you? Do you not know what happened last night? So good for you for being able to let it go. It wouldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I didn't go to work.
We use all of that. We use all of
Okay,
that.
I just was checking on you because I
That is
don't want
great.
you out there, you know, it'd be dangerous for you to stay in that and be walking around and everything. So I'm glad you're able to.
I mean, you know, we do live
shed
with
that.
it at
This is
some
true.
level.
This is true, right.
You know.
Monday and Tuesday the same days, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Understood. All right, so we're going to take another break. I see Alex, the chef. Alex, is that you? The chef just walked in the
Alex!
building. Good, because we're getting hungry. And then we're going to take a break, and then we'll have Tyson come up here and talk with Sarah and I about Breathe. We're going to stay on this Breathe thing, and we'll be right back after this. 36 Nation Radio. Peace.
Thought about launching a broadcasting career? Think you have what it takes to become a broadcasting professional? Learn the skills that will make people want to tune in. Join Monica Livingston, radio personality and owner of 36 Nation, for a career development workshop on what it takes to be a radio DJ, sportscaster, and news anchor. Find out how the former DC diva and owner of 36 Nation manages her own live internet radio show. Sign up for a workshop today where Monica doesn't just share broadcasting tools, she puts you on the air.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com.
All right, we are back. Keep it on our Breathe track here. We have the producer of this wonderful musical, Tyson Evans. Thank you. Give Tyson a round of applause. Tyson. Man. Okay, so what is it like to produce? First off, how did you get involved in this?
So this is the fifth year we've been doing this. It's the fourth run of the show.
Wow.
We're myself and the writer-director from Atlanta.
Okay.
and
ATL, baby.
It did very well in Atlanta. He's my best friend and business partner. We own Soul Free Enterprises together. And he had the vision, and I had the connections and know-how, and so we worked together and we made it happen.
Wow.
From the ground to here to over 1 million views. So we're
Tyson,
really excited.
How do you stay? Obviously Alexis was talking about.
Well,
our bar.
How do I not fall down like that?
So
how do I not do that?
How do you not fall off?
What just happened in studio?
That was amazing. I mean,
we just lost
our
all
bar
the liquor. Is the table okay now, though?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. The liquor's fine. I think all we lost was ice.
That's literally the only thing that matters.
All we lost was the ice. That was it. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we don't need that.
We never know what's going to happen on 36 Nation. Okay? Never know.
Monica, your show is so good. How do you... Wait,
so good that the alcohol is jumping off the table. It is. That's the definition of it.
Tyson, you're doing meaningful work, but you've got to balance every night these actors, actresses coming out. They're doing the same material. You've got egos. You've got all these things that you've got to keep in check. How do you kind of keep motivated every night to make sure the show is great and crisp?
Well, one, we love what we do, and we create families. We don't just come and create casts, we create families. So any of the people, the 30 beautiful black people who are in my cast, they know that they can come to myself or any of the producing team or the writer and director, and we keep people. Like we just adopt folks. Wow. We have some youth from Southeast DC who we just saw dancing and said, we want you in the show.
Wow. Really?
So we are very big on keeping that, so because it's a new experience and it's a new audience every night, it's a new experience every time we do it. Wow. So it stays fresh. It doesn't get old.
Now talk to me about your business. You said it's Soul Free
Enterprises.
That's your baby, right?
It is. Our whole goal is to connect creative people with creative resources. Lots of people have dreams and goals and ideas as creatives, but they don't know how to make the vision come to fruition.
Right.
So that is what we do. We do graphics, web design, we do marketing plan, we do nonprofit development, we do all of those things, and we also do film and theater production.
Sweet.
I have one last question for you. You are dealing with race issues, very deep things. Where do you think we are at? Do you think we're getting any better in our country?
I'm
just giving you my white optimism. I'm looking
loaded.
For
loaded.
So
where do you think it is? You know.
So you know how when you have a dirty house, your house is really dirty, and you have to throw everything out in the middle of the floor and get out before you can throw everything away.
Yeah.
I think that's where we are with race relations in this country. Well, we're putting all the trash out in the floor, and now we can clean the shit up.
All right.
So I think that's what we are.
I'm stealing that one. I'm stealing that one. Tell everyone about where they can get tickets, how to find the social media tags for Breathe as well as for Soul Free Enterprise.
Well, you can go get your tickets for Breathe the Musical showing at the Arc from March 11th to March 24th at breathethemusical.eventbrite.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Breathe Musical. And we are Soul Free with 3 E's on Instagram. Wow. Also soulfree.com with 3 E's as well.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I gave you guys about 2 seconds notice, and you pulled this off. I am flattered that you guys are here, and we will be in the building as soon as that thing opens.
Bring the DC Divas. We'll give you a group rate.
You know I will.
Yeah!
Look, you know, DC Divas, we cheat. We already on Groupon. We already bought them things out there. Thank you, Tyson. Hey, listen, guys, we're going to take the shortest break ever. 30 seconds, and we'll be right back with Chef Alex, and Sarah and I are going to do some cooking. Then we'll have the DC Divas, and then it'll be time to go. All right, it's 36 Nation. Be right back.
I love how USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point, I did change to a different company with car insurance, and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over, and we feel like we're back home now.
The process through USAA is so effortless that you feel like you're a part of the family.
I love that I can pass a membership to my children and that they can be protected. We're the Williams family, and we're USAA members for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
thought about launching a broadcasting career? Think you have what it takes to become a broadcasting professional? Learn the skills that will make people want to tune in. Join Monica Livingston, radio personality and owner of 36 Nation, for a career development workshop on what it takes to be a radio DJ, sportscaster, and news anchor. Find out how the former DC diva and owner of 36 Nation manages her own live internet radio show. Sign up for a workshop today where Monica doesn't just share broadcasting tools, she puts you on the air.
It's Sean Parker here, and whenever I want some good food in nice-sized portions, not bird-sized food, but big boy portions, I look no further than the Crystal City Sports Pub. Now, if you just stayed on the original first story of the restaurant, you'd be more than happy with the pool tables and the aforementioned good food, but then they went and added a grand second story with, check this out, 6 37-inch LCDs, 2 8-foot projection screen TVs, and a 10-foot projection screen TV, and as a cherry on the top, a state-of-the-art sound booth. They're open 365 days a year, and they are waiting for you. The Crystal City Sports Pub, 529 23rd Street South in Arlington, Virginia. Call them at 703-521-8215 or visit them on the web at ccsportspub.com.
I love how USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service.
We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now.
The process through USAA is so effortless that you feel like you're a part of the family.
I love.
All right, we are back. We have Chef Alex with us, and Chef, you are going to teach Sarah and I how to make what?
Scallop ceviche.
Scallop ceviche.
All right,
Okay.
what are we doing here?
So right here, this is just a apple salsa pretty much. It's got some chilies in it, some cilantro, mint, lime juice, salt, pepper. Really simple, and apple, obviously. So right after that, we're just going to go ahead and cut up these scallops. These scallops are actually smoked scallops. So they're cooked, and then we marinate them in some lime juice. And then we're just going to go ahead and plate these guys around salsa, really simple.
Alex, how long do you have to, okay, you smoked these, then they were marinated in lime juice, which is like the key to a good ceviche. But how long do they stay in lime juice?
So probably about 2.5 minutes, I would say.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was much longer than that. Okay.
So it just gives it flavor, and it's through a process called denaturing. And so through that, you're basically cooking the fish without having to apply heat.
Interesting. What's your favorite? Is this like one of your favorite dishes to do?
Yeah, this was actually something that I worked on and ran as a special at one of the restaurants here in D.C. Called Oyamel.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, so
Love Oyamel.
Yeah, they got good drinks, too.
Yeah. Monica knows all the drink spots. She's
bad,
like,
I'm sorry.
yes,
I said it out
I know that by the margarita.
This is Gabby did this to me today.
Just a little bit of lime juice on top.
Okay.
We got some pickled onions here.
All right.
And we're just going to dress the plate with these guys. These guys are just pickled in sugar, water, and the color is actually natural. You don't need anything else besides sugar, water, and a little bit of vinegar.
Perfect.
I hope you all like spicy. These are
love it.
Fresno chilies. Just come around the plate for some color and for some heat.
You have a lot of things that you add to this. A lot of accoutrements here. Isn't that such a douchey word? How about those accoutrements?
Accoutrements.
How about those accoutrements?
So, Alex, tell people how they can get in touch with you if they want you to come do this at their home. Where should they look you up?
Best place is Instagram. Everybody's networking on Instagram. Am I right?
Yeah.
So Instagram at Chef AMG, just constantly posting whatever I make. Also adding pomegranates to this right now.
Okay.
Some nice fruity crunch to it.
And you'll actually come to people's homes and you do private cooking too?
Recently, that's something new I've been dabbling in.
Really? How's that going?
It's going. It's a different process. I've been in restaurants for a long time now.
So when you cook in people's homes, what are they looking for? Healthier, unique? What's the...
I tell them to kind of throw whatever they want at me. Like they ask, and I'll tell them, here's what I can probably do for you, and then we just kind of work off of each other.
How much you cost to come to my
Yeah,
house?
great question.
It's honestly depends on what you want done.
Right.
I've got these nice, pretty edible flowers. They're actually from Hawaii.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is amazing. This is like in-house. You can have this. That's a sign you know DC is getting really rich.
We fancy,
Like
huh?
we've skipped Blue Apron. Everyone's like, oh, screw Blue Apron. Getting a private chef.
Exactly. Get
Blue
Chef
Apron's
Alex.
dead. Chef Alex.
So really, finished product.
All right.
Wow,
It looks beautiful.
Alex.
Studios, look at this and give him a round of applause. All right. So, Chef Alex, we're going to, after the show, I'll make sure we post your information on 36 Nations social media platforms so that people can get in touch with you. This looks amazing. It also looks healthy, is it? It looks really
very
healthy. Okay,
Yep.
good. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have the DC Divas come back over here. They're gonna eat this. You can lead us. They'll eat anything. And then we've got literally a minute and 30 seconds, and then the show is gonna be over. But we'll be right back. No, we're not coming back. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it.
Oh,
No
we're just
commercial.
gonna do it? No
Just
break?
commercial.
Okay.
So let's talk to DC Divas.
Oh my God, I love these DC divas. Get over here, ladies.
You guys can slide back here.
Someone needs to tackle me. Let's get
Take
out here
this
and do
mic.
a whole thing. Come on. I'll be the court. All right.
Please don't have anybody tapping you.
Yep.
Quickly tell when the season starts, about DC Divas and all that kind of good stuff, website, ticket sales, and all that. Introduce yourselves first and position you play.
All right, I'm Catherine Blaze. I am number 75. I play offensive line. I am Uncle Murph. I am number 92, and I am the defensive end.
All right. What do they call you?
Red.
Red? Okay.
Yeah, Red. She nicknamed me Mighty Mouse because when I get hit, I still pop back up and keep it moving. Red or Christina Burton, number 20, running back, fullback.
Oh my God, I love it. I gotta go see you.
DCDivas.com. Can't miss
I'm
it.
coming to a game.
DCDivas.com. Season starts April 14th. Our first game is in Boston. It goes all the way until
In
June
Boston?
9th. In
Yeah,
Boston,
we're going
all
to
the way
Boston.
until June 9th. But beyond that, we're going to the championship, so it doesn't stop there. That's right. Make sure that y'all go to DCDivas.com. Number 92, number 75, number 20. Sponsorships, pay for our season.
So, hold on.
Yes!
Let's before we get to that part, the first home game is the 21st of April at PG Sports and Learning, which is right behind FedEx Field.
Right. 1800 Sheriff Road, Hyattsville, Maryland.
What she just said.
Full contact.
Sarah, we gotta get
Hike! All right, let's go. Gabby! Hike me that Moscow mule! One drink, no edibles. We're out.